Hi everyone and welcome to Still Sassy. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 8 products that I reach for nearly every day. So maybe you could call them my ride or die. Now, being a self-confessed makeup and skincare addict, I have got quite a lot of products. However, like a lot of people, I often reach for the same ones over and over again. Usually because they're either easy to use or I just love the way they look or feel, or both. I wanted to add into this video that when I'm talking about products like this, I'm always thinking about it from a 50+ woman's point of view. So whatever I'm testing, I'm thinking, is this going to suit my audience, who are, a lot of them, over 50, and I want to make sure that I am using things that are going to be okay for people who are over 50, because I am. And I really hope that helps you in your buying choices. So let's get on with the products. But before I do, don't forget, if you're liking this video or any video that I've ever made, please hit the subscribe button below and the like button too, because that really helps creators like me out. Thank you very much. Now, none of these products are sponsored and none of them were gifted. They're all products that I've bought with my own money. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is this Sheishedo Revitalessence Skin Glow. You may have seen this doing the rounds on YouTube already, because it is quite popular. I bought this at Christmas time. I was actually in Portugal for Christmas and I went into a chemist there and they had it. And so it was a snap decision to buy it. I was probably a glass of wine down and it just seemed a good idea at the time. But how glad was I that I did, because it is absolutely lovely. It comes in 19 shades and it's a really lightweight serum consistency. Feels really good on the skin. It's medium coverage, although you can obviously use less and build it up, and it lasts a long time once you've got it on, which I am quite surprised about, with it being such a lightweight consistency and serum-like. I was expecting it to come off quite quickly, but it didn't. In fact, now when I know I'm going out for the day and not going to be able to touch up my makeup, then this is what I reach for, because I know it will last and it'll stay glowy all day long. It makes mature skin look really radiant. Now, this little beauty does contain niacinamide, which we've talked about before. It's a super serum that really helps with the texture of your skin and the pigmentation that you may have, and it feels really hydrating and nourishing. And lucky for us people who may have some wrinkles, it does seem to be crease free. It doesn't settle into all those lines, which is a bonus, obviously. I think you really enjoy using it. You've got to give it a shake before you put it on. Some people will put it on with the fingers, which is absolutely fine. I always prefer a brush if I can get away with it. So I put it on with a brush and then I stipple it with a sponge just to make sure I've got it all nicely blended in. And it is really lovely. Then next on my always reaching for list is this primer. It's the Sculpted by Aimee Beauty Base. Now, the one I've got here is the Pearl shade, and I will talk about the shades in a little while. And you can use it for all sorts of things. You could highlight with it, you could put it on your collarbones if you've got a low cut top on. It's just a nice shimmery base that you can use in multiple ways. The way I mainly use it is underneath my foundation. So basically as a primer. Everything I do on my face, I'm trying to look radiant and glowy without being oily. So I choose products that help me do that, and this is one of them. With it being a primer, not only does it make my skin look great, but it makes everything much more long lasting. So the stuff you put over the top, your foundation, your blushes, everything else, is going to stay around longer if you've got a primer on. So I use it for that purpose mostly. You can mix it with your moisturiser if you want to do that, and put it on with your skincare in the morning to give you that bit of a glow. It is really a very, very nice primer. Now, it comes in 3 different shades. The original, which has got a golden hue, and I have used that in the past. And then there's this one, which is the Pearl. Now, in the description of this, it says it's for people with light colour skin and maybe more pinky tone, because it has got a pink tone to it itself. So in reality, it shouldn't work for me because I haven't really got a light skin and I'm much more on the warm side. But I do use it and it looks a treat. So don't worry about that. Choose whichever you think is going to suit you best. Obviously swatch it if you can get into a store somewhere. They do sell it in Boots and it is just really nice. And now Aimee has brought out a 3rd shade, which is rose golden, which is described as a subtle warm champagne. And that sounds like it could be ideal for me with the rose aspect and the golden aspect mixed together. That could be absolutely spectacular on my skin and maybe yours, so look out for that. Now, sticking with primers, one of the things that can happen as we get older is our pores start to show a bit more. They open up or they're just more prominent, and I know for myself that I much prefer it not to look like that, so anything that helps with that is a real bonus, and this does. This is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, and this also is very nice, and it does mask open pores or large pores, which is what it's supposed to do. And the way I work these two together, because I do wear them together, is I put the beauty base on first, and I tend to put it all over my face, although sometimes I'll just put it on my cheeks depending on what mood I'm in, but generally I put it all over my face. And then I get this one and I take some on my fingers and I just smudge it into the places where I've got the open pores, so across my nose, in my forehead here, on my chin here. So I'm leaving the base to do its job in the places where I want radiance, but then when I want the matte effect where my pores are, I put the e.l.f. So, and that works really well, so it might be worth you trying that too if that's an issue for you. This is about £10, so it's really worth it, and it's lasted me ages. I've still got loads left in here. So out of all the pore minimising primers, I rate this quite highly. Now my next product, and I've been using this for a long time and I do reach for this every single day, is the Peach Lowlighter by Rodial. Now this says it gives you a lit from within look, which a lot of us are trying to achieve. This is really creamy and it doesn't have any shimmer in it, so if that's an issue for you, then you'll be fine with this. It contains hyaluronic acid for hydration, vitamin E to smooth and moisturise the under eye area, and caffeine to help reduce any puffiness that you've got in that area too. Now, a bit like the beauty base, you can use this in all sorts of different places, but the way I use it is as a colour corrector for underneath my eyes. With it being peach, it's really good for that because it covers the dark circles, colour correcting that area as you put it on. It also lightens the area, which I really love, and I use it underneath my concealer. So I'll put this on first and then I'll carry on doing other parts of my makeup, and then when I come to do my concealer I put it over the top of this. That works a treat. It doesn't cause any more creasing under the eyes and it just makes the area look really lovely. We've all got our problem areas, haven't we? And under my eyes is mine. I do get a bit of hay fever, so I rub them a lot, which I know I'm not supposed to do, but I do, and that's not helping either. So anything that I can get to smooth out and make those areas feel moisturised and look less lined is a definite win. Then comes a hair product. This is quite new to me. I bought it probably about 3 weeks ago, and it's the Lush Super Milk. I was actually walking past the Lush shop / hairdressers in Brighton and spotted this in the window. They've just got piles and piles of it, and it just piqued my interest really. I was thinking, what is this Super Milk? So I went in and had a look. The first thing I noticed when I picked it up and took the lid off was the smell. Oh my goodness, it smells delicious. It's sort of sweet and zesty with coconut added in. Now it's called Super Milk, I think, because it's got 3 different sorts of milk in it. It's got almond, coconut and oat milk, and those work together to provide rehydration and softness. It also contains some lemon juice, which helps with the shine. This Super Milk is actually called a conditioning hair primer, but it's basically a leave-in conditioner. That's how I use it anyway, and when I looked online, that is one of the things that they say you can do with it. What it does best is detangles and defrizzes, and defrizzing is definitely something I need. I used to think I've got really thick hair, but what I have got is fine hair and lots of it. So it can be a little bit difficult to tame, and it is curly. If I left it to its own thing, it would just go curly. So if it's straight like it is now, it's because I straightened it. And when I wear it curly, I do actually curl it, straighten it first and then curl it with curling tongs or a straightener. Because if I leave it to dry naturally, it ends up just being a frizz ball. I haven't tried this yet and then left it to dry naturally, so maybe this will help. that's something I will try at some point. It also works as a refresher for the following day after you've washed it, particularly on curls and waves. So if that's you and you want to bounce up your curls or your waves as the week goes on, you could try this as well. If for no other reason, buy it because it smells glorious, and that smell lasts on your hair. So every now and then when you're swishing around, you'll get the smell floating by, and it is lovely. Next comes mascara. I'm actually cheating here because I've got 2. So although I've got 8 products, it's 9 if you count these 2 separately, but because they're both the same thing, I'm putting them together. Now, I know this is quite shiny, so there's only so much you're going to be able to see. See if I can get you to see the brush there. There you go. This is the L'Oreal Volume $1 Million Panorama Mascara. And I bought this probably 6 weeks ago, perhaps, not knowing really how good or bad it might be. It was just a bit of a whim buy while I was in Boots in Brighton, and I absolutely love it. Of course, being L'Oreal, it's not that expensive, which is a definite bonus. You can get it in black and brown. This one is the black, and it claims to be smudge resistant and goes on with no clumping. It's a volume enhancing mascara, so for longer lashes this is ideal. And they're calling this their multi-level bristle wand, and it's designed so that when you're putting it on, it gets every single lash from the outside to the inside corner, sort of in a fanned out style. And it is lovely. I've got it on now so you can see. Yeah, I was surprised. It's been really nice, and I've probably used it every day since then, so this must be just about empty now. I've talked about this one before. This is the Rodial Waterproof XXL, and the only reason I'm showing you it today is because I'm wearing it every day, apart from today because I'm not going out, and usually over the top of a different mascara like this one or any that I'm wearing. And I'm using it because I live in the UK and it's raining most of the time, so it's difficult to get outside and keep your mascara intact if you're not wearing waterproof. And given that this is my favourite waterproof mascara, it's the one I'm wearing literally every day, and I do love it. I think this is probably my 2nd or 3rd, and it will always be in my mascara drawer, I think, unless something overtakes it or it stops raining. The latter's probably not going to happen, to be fair. So those are the mascaras. So this bottle is empty, as you can see, and that tells the story, I guess. I've been using this every day for quite some time. It's a Beauty Pie product, and it's their Youthbomb Serum Radiance Concentrate. That's quite hard to say. Of course, being from Beauty Pie, although if you bought it in the shops it'd be mega expensive, on Beauty Pie it isn't. If you don't know anything about Beauty Pie, if you just Google it, you'll find the website and it'll explain everything on there. You become a member for a very small amount of money, and then you get things at a great price, and the products are marvellous. Now, this has got 15 active ingredients in it, so it is quite special. It claims to firm, brighten, resurface, hydrate and glow. There's that G word again, that glow word. And it does all of that. And I've really enjoyed using it. It's such a gorgeous serum to put on. Doesn't smell of anything. No. It does make the skin look luminous when you use it. So it's definitely worth getting hold of. In my skincare routine, I put it on just before my moisturiser. So I've done all my actives, then I do this, which is also an active, and then the moisturiser goes on, and then the sunscreen. It's done a great job on my skin, and when you first put it on, it just looks amazing. Then last on my list is this, which is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This is a really rich cream, and it's absolutely perfect for parched skin or damaged skin. You know, if you've caught some sun, which hopefully you won't have because you're wearing sunscreen, but if you have, or for whatever reason your skin is sore, this can help. I started using this because a few months ago I went back to using tretinoin on an evening. I haven't quite got to every evening just yet, but I'm working towards it. And as tretinoin can, it irritated my skin, and my skin's not easily irritated, but the morning after I'd used the tretinoin, it was feeling a bit raw. So I started using this, and it has really helped. It's not just for the face, you can use it all over your body, so if you're sore or really dry skinned anywhere, you could use it for that. It doesn't smell of anything. It sort of smells a tiny bit sort of medicinal. There's no fragrance as in perfume in there. You might not be able to see, but this pot's nearly empty, so I have been using it a lot. It's good for all skin types, and it's like, how can I describe it? It's like applying a soft marshmallow to your face, maybe a marshmallow that's melted and cooled down. It's just lovely when you've got sore skin and you really need the relief. It is lovely. So if that's you, you will give it a try. So those are the products that I'm reaching for a lot at the moment. Obviously I do skincare every day, twice a day, and I put makeup on most days, nearly every day. So I do chop and change. I've got lots of things that I test. I've got lots of products hanging around this room, but those are the ones that every day I think, yeah, I'm going to use that. For now, I'm sure it will change and I'll be back again quite soon doing a different updated version. Now all these products I will link in the description box for you below, and I would love it if you could go down into the comments and let me know what sort of videos you would like to see from me. Is this sort of thing interesting to you? Do you enjoy listening to what somebody like me with mature skin is using so that you can try the same things? And what else would you like me to do? I want my videos to be speaking directly to you, so let me know. What do you want to see? I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.